Hello Capricorn, this is your reading. The top row is for April and the bottom row is for May. I'm sorry I've been long gone, but that was because they were drilling. They still are drilling, but it is Sunday now, so I've got some spare time and peace and quiet. So let's catch up with April. But my excuses are still with you, of course. We have the Palette Tarot and we have the Crimilkins Tarot, the Cat Tarot. So this is the overall energy, and the energy would have been in April, perhaps dealing with authorities, lawyers, estate agent, doctors, somebody that can give you guidance. This can be anybody that's a professional as well, as we have the King of Swords here, and the King of Swords represents Gemini mainly, so you might have dealt with a Gemini, or you could have met a Libra or an Aquarius. Capricorn, I think that April might have been a difficult month for you, and that's why you might seek guidance or sought guidance and advice. It could be about a relationship, because we've got the Two of Cups here, so it could be also about emotions, your well-being, mentally or physically. We have the sign of Venus here, so it could have been about love as well, trying to find your soulmate, or somebody has become your soulmate. This doesn't have to be a lover or a partner. This can be a best friend for life, especially a lady, because we do have the sign of Venus, and Venus also represents pleasure, also it represents beauty, and it represents love and femininity, of course. So perhaps you sought somebody and advice from somebody on how to enjoy your life a little bit more, or about love and guidance to getting a partner, perhaps a matchmaker, let's say. But you also could be dealing with Cancer. So perhaps the coming season, Gemini and Cancer could also have been important in April. Perhaps you might have started to plant the seeds on getting yourself well-being betterly balanced, because actually in May we've got 2 full moons, so this also can be in connection with the 2 full moons. It only happens every 80 years or so that there are 2 full moons in a month. So and now, don't hold me on 80 years. I've heard somebody say 82 and another person saying 18. Again, you have the Hanged Man around the second week or the middle of the month. Again, might be feeling despondent or not connected with life in general because of the moon energy, or perhaps because somebody has done you wrong. Now you can see that this tree is unrooting the roots, you can see, so something is not holding steadfast for you. That is what I'm feeling as well. But remember, he's not tied up. So if you have finished waiting around or hanging around, chase things up, I would say, even now if you are despondent. Again, the Hanged Man is a beautiful card to have, and also he represents, just bear with me, sorry about that, the Hanged Man represents Pisces. Here you've got the sign of Neptune. If I see the sign of Neptune, I would say Cancer. So definitely the planet of Neptune is here, and of course that means intuition, feelings, and I've been talking about being despondent. So definitely watch out for your intuition and your feelings, especially in May. Also taking time out to make a decision, or a choice, perhaps a new path in your life. This is number 12, so that becomes a 3. You might be more creative and also more intuitive and undertaking action, but you don't want to be left hanging around, especially not in a partnership, whether it's romantic or whether it is at work, career-wise. Definitely there is a new dawn breaking for you, especially in this year, because this is a number 1 year, and so be ready for the busy times ahead. Also, we have number 4, the 4 of Swords, and we have Jupiter, so there is expansion coming towards you, and you could be dealing with a Libra, like I said, or a Gemini. So definitely the time of the 4th month, that is April as well. Well, it looks like a 4, and a squiggly 2 with a striped door, so it could be 2 to 4 weeks. Something might be happening. You could be taking time out. You might be taking a midweek away or a weekend away a couple of times in April. See whether this reading resonates with you. But I feel that you are wondering and thinking, perhaps overthinking things, because we've got the 7 of Swords here. Perhaps somebody's done you wrong, and that's why you need advice from a professional. Also, you've got the sign of the moon, and the sign of the moon obviously means that there could be feelings hurt, especially if somebody's taken something away and left you sitting on the blisters. So we've got a saying in Holland, if you burn your bum, you have to sit on the blisters, or don't do things in haste, otherwise you have to repent in leisure. So perhaps in April you got hurt, and now you're seeking advice from a professional. Perhaps legalities, you might be dealing with authorities as well, because it is income tax season, so perhaps there might be a twist there, but you are in the spotlight, because the moon, the sun and the star are spotlights. You are being seen. Perhaps you might be dealing with an Aquarian, because you've got the Aquarian sign here, so you've got all 3 air signs here. So you might be dealing with authorities, you might be getting married, that could be the justice of the peace, there could be contracts or official papers being signed, especially if you are uprooted, like I said, with this tree. There is definitely a new dawn breaking, but do take your rest and think about things before you take the next step. Okay, now that was April, and in May we have the Queen of Swords. So you've got the King and the Queen. Again, they are sensitive people, but they won't show you their true feelings until they really literally know you well enough. The Queen is Libra again, so we've got Libra twice in 2 months, and also it could be Gemini or Aquarius for that matter. The Queen is also known as the widow, so you could be dealing with a single parent family. Again, you could be dealing with authorities, officiality, authorities. It could be an estate agent, because I do see the card for moving home. Also, we've got the 2 of Wands here. The 2 of Wands means that you might be partnering up in business or in romance, making plans together with somebody else. Here they are face to face. So get to know each other very well, and don't make hasty decisions. Sorry, the 4 of Wands, not the 2 of Wands, the 4 of Wands. You can see the 4 needles. So there's the 4 of Wands. This is moving home, and so is the Knight of Wands moving home. So you might be joining up together and going on holiday, trying out how it is to be together 24/7. And definitely in May you could be moving home and make it secure and for a long term by marrying or signing official documentations. We've also with the 4 of Wands, it means celebrations, marriage, moving home. If you're not throwing a party, then you could be invited to a party, and that's where you could meet, obviously, new friends and old ones. These friendships or new friendships could be really solid for you, because they're built on proper foundations, because you're taking your time. Forewarned is forearmed. Also, the Four of Wands means not only moving home, but you making new friends. The four corners of the house, that's what the Four of Wands resembles to me, a house. And a house is always built on solid foundations. The Five of Wands means that you could be dealing with competition, or you could have disputes, but they are not heavy disputes or arguments. They will be resolved. Like I said, there is a new dawn breaking. You can see the golden light here. The sun is coming out of the trees, and the clouds are lifting up. 7 is good luck. So long you have your wits about you, of course, then you will win. You will come together. With the Five of Wands, this means that you can expect mega changes, and that you're halfway to reaching your goal. With the Knight of Wands here, we have news coming to you. He's bringing you news, but also it could be an opportunity or an offer that is coming in. He's the only knight that represents moving home. So again, you've got the Four of Wands here and the Knight of Wands moving home. Also, you've got the Emperor, who's also like the King of Swords, but he's higher than the Kings. So definitely a very business-like month for you in both April and May. Like I said, you could be seeking advice from somebody. There's 2 cards there that represent seeking advice or gaining knowledge in the official way with regards to buying a house or selling a house or going on holiday, especially since there's a difficulty in traveling at the moment. Some aeroplanes get cancelled because of fuel shortages. So check and double check. Seek the advice from a travel agent perhaps, but definitely there is authorities that can help you and give you the right story. Okay, so definitely you are gaining knowledge with regards to whatever you are wishing for. Okay, you do undertake action, especially if there is a delay. You might chase it up a bit, seeking advice on how to chase it up from somebody that can guide you, that has life knowledge and life experience. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and for the last thing I'm going to do, as usual, I'm going to put down an oracle card, and that could see whether that will intertwine or bring more clarity to both readings. Okay, so we have coffee cup, meeting and talking. So that could be with a professional, like I said, or with your partner, your soulmate, savoring the moment, feeling elevated, building friendship. Well, I've been telling you there could be new friends coming in. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Take care, stay safe, and be blessed. Bye-bye.